Good evening, and welcome to the St. Petersburg By Night podcasting network. Tonight, we present to you our Hunter the Reckoning chronicle, What the Hell Was That?
Welcome to another St. Pete by Night revamped production. The following is rated for mature audiences and may contain graphic themes that will be distressing to some viewers. As always, we recommend you ensure the safety and well-being of yourself and those around you at all times. Viewer discretion is advised. And welcome back to tonight's episode of What the Hell Is That? A Hunter the Reckoning chronicle set in the Tampa Bay area. We here at St. Pete by Night can be found on all social medias at hashtag St. Pete by Night on the Twitch, and also now we have podcasts. Go and check it out. You can either find the podcast everywhere you enjoy listening to them, or head on over to our website stpetbynight.com, where you can find the links to our podcast, the Twitch, and to our one-of-a-kind threat meter. If you really want to come see what we do, come check us out on Discord, where, again, we run Hunter the Reckoning, Werewolf the Apocalypse, and Vampire the Masquerade. Tonight, however, we're stepping into northern Sarasota area of Bradenton, to a cell that has been through a lot of chaos in the last few weeks. Members missing, dealing with deals with the devil. Better the devil you know or the devil you don't. See how you go there, guys. They've come into a large amount of cash thanks to completing a deal with one Dr. Kruger. They got that deal completed by making another deal with Frankie DeLuca, who maybe forced their hand a little bit and was responsible for the kidnapping of one Emory Gaines. So tonight, there's a few loose ends that the cell need to tie up. First of which is with the sisters, Emory and Ella Gaines. As the last few times that calls have been put through to Uncle Brian, he hasn't responded, which is kind of out of the ordinary for him. So we'll cross now to the third Airbnb that the sisters are now in, as they always seem to be found and located at these Airbnbs for whatever reasons. Walk across to them. Probably a morning about 10 o'clock. Emory would have just not long finished her morning workout, maybe. Waiting for her sister to get up. Ladies, after you.
Morning. So you didn't fuck with my coffee pot today?
Good morning. Yes, I thought I'd be nice.
Oh, thank you. You have anything particular planned today? Because I was...
No, not really. Why? What you got going on?
Well, I wanted your help in finding our lovely uncle.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'd be more than willing to do that.
Okay. Well, my idea was to see if we can track down any of the contacts that we know of and see if they've heard anything or seen anything.
Sure. Have you also tried maybe tracking his phone?
You know, that I'm not particularly good at.
Hmm.
That's kind of, been William's deal, but I don't know. Should we involve everyone in this?
No, but I'm sure we could use a nifty-difty little phone finder app.
Yeah, we can try.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can find out.
Okay. So you are going to use the Find My Phone app, basically.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And plug in the last known number that you had for Brian. All right. One of you give me an intelligence technology roll, please. And yes, if I believe you both have dots in technology.
Nope.
Oh shit! I have one.
Then Ella's doing this.
God damn it! It's 2 dice.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be great, guys. Oh wait, that's not a 1, it's a 7. 2.
With 2 successes, that's all you need to operate this app. You plug his number in. The last known ping was at his house in Oregon.
Okay.
Okay.
And that was 2 days ago.
So he's either there sleeping it off, or was attacked, or ran out from his home without his phone.
Uh-huh. I mean, if he was sleeping it off, he would have his phone near him and he would pick up eventually. He hasn't been picking up.
So should we go with the he was probably attacked at home narrative? Because he also wouldn't run off without his phone. He's not that stupid.
I think something.
Have you tried to call him again?
I mean, we can try again. Let's see.
I'm going to do it with Emory's phone this time, because Emory never calls her uncle.
Yeah. Okay. So you ring. Rings a couple times. Goes to voicemail. Just hear.
Uncle Brian, pick up.
So you just hear, yeah, you've got Brian. You know what to do.
Uncle Brian, pick up. Hang up, call again.
You call again.
Just
Goes to voicemail again.
All right, Uncle Brian. We're going to send a search party over to you because you haven't contacted us back. So if the police come up at your door and you're just drunk, that's why. Hang up.
Oh no. If he is there and he's just drunk, he's going to kill me.
Do you call a third time or leave it at 2?
I will call one more time and that'll be it.
Okay. The third ring, just before it goes to the voicemail, there's an answer. And a feminine voice on the other end of the line goes, yeah, you've got Brian's phone. What's up? Who
Hello, ma'am. I need my uncle now, please.
Are you Ella?
I refuse to say. Now, can you please give me my uncle?
He's kind of indisposed at the moment.
No, I need proof of living, please. He hasn't answered his phone for a while now. I will be sending the cops immediately if I do not hear him within the next 5 seconds.
He's indisposed. He's in the bathroom.
4, 3,
Brian, your nieces
2.
are being pains. You hear a muffled voice possibly from the other room. And you hear tunk, 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 tunk footsteps as she sounds maybe like she's running the phone. And you hear Brian's voice just, oh, for fuck's sake. All right, what? Ella, what the fuck? What do you want?
Hello, Uncle Brian.
Oh, shit. Em, how you going, hon?
Not well.
Why not? What the fuck did you do?
He answered?
Well, I don't
Why
know.
did he come bail you out?
1 second. Yes, he is apparently taking a shower and he has a woman over.
I was having a shit, but sure. We'll go a shower.
I was trying to be polite. I'll put him on speaker. And
Put that
say,
man on speaker.
Yeah, I'll put him on speaker and I'll say, Uncle Bry, I kidnapped for about 6 days. Thank you for worrying about me.
What the fuck? Ella, why didn't you tell me?
I have been trying!
Jesus, woman. Have you ever
So
heard
who's
of a
your
text
lady friend?
message? Fuck.
Who's your lady friend?
I don't know. Who's yours?
Her name's Alicia. She probably thinks she's being ignored right now since she got kidnapped for a week.
Okay, I didn't actually expect an answer to that. Fuck me. Okay.
What, you don't think I could get it, Uncle Bry? Really? You went that way? You went that way.
You just didn't strike me as someone to pick one. That's all.
Well, it seems like you've picked one because
Hold your
she's
fucking
had your
horses, Addie
attention.
Mutes.
How rude. This
That's
man
it.
made me worry.
He's not getting a Christmas present this year.
After a couple of minutes, probably about 30 seconds, he comes back and he's like, right, I just needed to wipe my ass. You didn't exactly give me much of a fucking chance. Okay, now. What's this I hear about you being fucking kidnapped? I thought you learned better than that.
Well, okay. First of all, we're gonna rewind a little bit. Why haven't you been fucking answering your phone?
Do you really want to know the answer to that, girl?
Yes, 100%.
Her name's
Especially after... Oh, so you've been ignoring my calls for Sarah. That's lovely. Especially after the last message you sent me.
Question. Sarah was the name of one of the
Yeah.
people, right? What does Sarah look like?
She's blonde, about 5'11". Cute. You hear a slap in the background. Great ass.
Gross. Does not match
Disgusting.
the description, correct? Okay. Listen, okay? I need to fucking check on this shit. All right?
Look, so hold on. You're freaking out because I let you know to keep your head down.
No, I'm freaking out because you sent that message and then all of a sudden, for days, you wouldn't answer your phone.
Because some people aren't tied to their phones. You know that, right?
For days? I
What
wasn't
can I
tied to
say?
my phone because I was kidnapped. I would at least tell Ella where I was in the event that I was indisposed.
I would like Ella to give me a wits and insight, please.
Absolutely. My specialty?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna use a willpower.
Okay.
Haha. 5.
He it's deliberately not saying something. It may be because he has company.
Uncle Brian, is there something you're not telling us because you have a friend over?
Me? Talk about work all the time? Nah. Why the fuck would I do that? Been having a holiday. You see, I'm having a break. Maybe try to break into new things.
I'm going to say very, very, very loudly, even if he didn't have the speaker on, to this woman. And I'm going to say, ma'am, I need you to leave the house for about 15 minutes. If you do not, I will be calling the cops.
Emory, if you do that, I swear to the fucking gods you're out of the will, kid. Cut your shit.
I didn't think I was in the will.
Why wouldn't you be? You guys are my nieces. Like, fuck.
Let me know when she's left.
Can I call you back?
Sure.
You're being such a rude brat.
15 minutes, you can call me back. By then, I will call the
reach
cops.
in between her legs and pull the rat out of her ass. Jesus.
She was kind of in a bad way the last week or so. I'm giving her a pass on this. Just please make sure you call us back.
Yeah, just give me a little bit, yeah?
Okay.
He's gonna hang up the phone.
Okay, what the fuck was that?
He's not telling us something. So he's gonna get, Sarah to go take a drive or something, and then he'll call us back.
Do you think it's about Sarah?
I don't know. When Uncle Brian was giving us that description of Sarah, did it sound familiar to Ella? No? Okay, good.
But also, Ella, you would remember that times when you have called your uncle when he's had company, he doesn't talk shop.
Yeah.
So after about 20 to 25 minutes...
You're gonna have to take Emory off the ledge here because she will call the cops.
We're gonna give him at least an hour, okay? Just an hour.
After about 20 to 25 minutes, you get a call back on Emory's phone, because that was a request. It's like, right, got about 10 minutes, girls. What the fuck's going on? Why the
No,
fuck?
you first.
I told fucking Ella, lay low, bitches hanging around. I've been fucking laying low. Just because I have company while I do it, why is that a fucking problem?
Because you weren't contacting us. Well, Ella, in this case. She was trying to contact you when you didn't pick up.
You don't want to know what I was doing when she called.
Tell me.
You really don't want to know what I was doing?
Tell me.
No.
Uncle Brian, this is not a negotiable.
If you were fucking your girlfriend, just say it.
Well, my face was busy.
Yeah, there we go.
For how long was it? 6 days straight? There wasn't one moment you could have checked your phone.
I did check my phone. Didn't seem urgent. Ella didn't really leave much of a message.
If you are seeing this or hearing this, call me back. I need to talk to you. Didn't seem urgent?
That's what you always say.
I'm gonna kill you. That's it. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill Emory. I'm just gonna kill you all.
Why are you putting me into this?
So, hold on. So, you've only got me for 10 minutes, girl, so what the fuck? So, hold on. How the fuck did you get kidnapped and who by? Whose kneecaps am I fucking taking?
A man named Frankie DeLuca, right?
Right,
That's
hold on
what it
2
was?
seconds, and you hear like a scuffling around as he's sort of looking for a pen and he writes it down. Right.
You remember what I was talking to you about, that deal and everything?
Yeah.
Well, it was to go after this guy and his binder of whatever.
Oh, that was when you fuckers were stupid and went on camera, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Did you fuck up, mate? Oh, well, fucking good job for getting out. Nice work, Em. How many legs you got left?
Thank you.
All your toes or your fingers?
I'm all clear. I was able to talk my way out.
So what's the fucking problem? You got out.
The
She's
problem
out.
is we heard from you when we were worried that you were dead.
I
Fucking
was
hell.
very worried that I was about to have 2 dead family members and be the only one left.
You already do, don't you?
Oh my god. Uncle Bry, why would you do that to us?
Ouch!
No, fuckers, don't worry about it. Look. Well, look, do you want me to fucking deal with this Frankie bitch or what? Is that why you're calling me? What else is going on? You
No,
found her,
right
she's out,
now.
she's good, I'm alright. What's the fucking problem?
Right
What's-
now. Listen to
what's-
me, Uncle Bry. Right
Fucking hell,
now.
give her some fucking Valium.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Right now, we are handling it. We may need you in the future. So keep a hold of your goddamn phone, and when we call, you pick up.
Yes, please.
Alright. I feel like I hit a nerve here. Sorry, girls.
I'm glad that you are okay, Uncle Bry.
Yes.
I'm glad that you're getting it, Bry. But
But I would like to know the details of why the bitch is kicking around again.
Look, I just got a message from one of my contacts. Let me know that she'd been spotted. So she's pulled her head out of whatever crevice it was buried in, and she's fucking, you know, back out and about.
Did they say where?
Said somewhere around New Orleans. So
New Orleans. Well, doesn't seem like she's heading our way, is it?
I don't know. I'll let you know if I get another sighting. But you know, that's not a little over around a day's drive from you guys.
Yeah, pretty much.
Suppose at least the night's getting a bit fucking shorter. Less time for the bitch to travel.
True.
And look, if we're going to talk
Okay.
about my taste in fucking women, can we look at the pair of you two?
I have done nothing wrong.
Well, 50% of you then.
What's wrong with my taste?
I'm gonna cover the phone. He's got a little bit of a...
Are you saying you don't like Lana?
Oh,
I was talking about the other one.
who's Lana?
Oh.
Oh, it's her on again, off again lover boss.
Did you just say lover boss?
Yep.
You know how I picked up the bounty hunting gig when I got here?
Yeah.
She owns the business.
Right.
But speaking of tastes in women, can I please have your woman's full name?
No, fuck off.
Maybe date of
Emory.
birth.
It's my life.
No.
Out of the 3 of us, I think Brian can handle himself.
Fine.
Look, I don't know her last name, so it wouldn't help you anyway.
Okay.
What?
You could at least get the woman's last name.
Why? I'm not marrying her.
Have you seen her more than once?
Maybe.
That's a yes. You should get her last name if you're going to be doing all these kinds of activities with her.
Well, after the way you guys fucking talked on the phone and the way you scared the shit out of her, she just left. So I don't have to worry about that anymore. Thanks, Em.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could help.
Anyway, enough about my fucking vices. You got enough proof for life? You done?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Cool. Well, I've got a name to work off. Thank you.
I mean, honestly, anything you can do to help. I kind of want to kill the fucker.
Well, you kidnapped your sister, I don't blame you. Alright.
Yep.
Look, I'll get back to you, I suppose. Do you want me to check in every 24 hours or some bullshit?
I usually call you with questions in that time frame anyway.
I know. You really need to learn how to pick up a book.
The last time I picked up a book of someone's, it kind of gave me a ghost friend.
I'm sorry, fucking
No.
what?
You know what? We don't have to talk about it. You can go back to Sarah, Uncle Brian. It's fine.
Yeah, bye, Uncle Brian, and I'll hang up.
You fucker! About 5 minutes later, you get a text message just saying, touche.
It's perfect.
So, now you know that your uncle is alive and well.
Yes.
Just staying out of trouble.
So.
Anyway.
Yeah. So, she's a day's drive away.
Sounds like it.
How worried should we be?
Very. If she's here randomly, I doubt it's actually random.
Well, let's just hope her purpose keeps her in New Orleans for right now.
Is there any reason she would have a significant vendetta against you other than being exes?
I mean, the only reason she's still walking around is because I couldn't kill her.
Does she know that?
Yeah, she does.
We're screwed. All right. I'm going to keep some weapons around the house, specifically a crossbow with stakes, just to keep us in the clear.
Mm-hmm. I've got to get her this time. I can't let
What's
her
your
get
full
away.
name?
Did I ever give her a last name, Cole?
Deva McCartney was the name
What the
she
fuck?
gave you.
Oh, fuck.
Devin McCartney.
Okay, I'll see if I can do any stuff. I might get William to help me do some research on her. See if she even still goes by that name.
I have a feeling if she's going to come after me, she'd probably use that name, yeah.
Fair enough. Do you know what specific things she used to do? What her talents are?
I don't really think you want me to talk about that.
Oh, you're just as bad as Uncle Bry.
We were raised by the man.
Well, yeah. Just tell me. I need to know these things so we can prep.
Devin and I were good at one thing in our relationship.
And on that note, with an awkward conversation about to occur between the sisters, we are going to cross, leaving them to finish discussing Ella's ex and the talents that she might have. We're going to cross to Nick. So Nick has been enjoying relative peace and quiet in the calm following more recent occurrences, has he not? Where's he at?
Nick has just been enjoying the silence, like that one song that exists, that's said one time in the song. He's been enjoying it. He's just going about his day to day. You know, just
Going
he
away.
has done going to work, going home, going out with Steve, going to the
Yeah.
gym with Steve,
Hmm.
just enjoying the new relationship he's found himself in.
Yeah.
Very much enjoying the calm before the relative shit show that is this group that he has found himself in. And he thinks that with all the love he can in his heart.
100%. And over the course of this, couple of days, week, Steve very much seems to be expressing a lot of interest in just getting to know you, just spending time with Nick. Probably writes you up a new workout program and helps you out with that, and it spots you at the gym, all that sort of fun stuff. Maybe another dinner at an Italian place instead of at the Japanese Asian fusion this time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe down at the little vegan Frogurt bar or whatever the hell they've got down there somewhere. Fun little things like
Possibly.
that. Yeah. Over the course of this week, you do start to research different animal shelters in the area as well. With the mindset you were looking at volunteering or maybe looking for a pet or
All of the above.
all of the above. Now, here's the question. What variety, what species of pet will you be looking at?
With an animal shelter, I mean, he'd probably, if there's any weird, like, exotic animals, for lack of a better term, that, but not like in the animals you might not necessarily think of keeping as a pet, that aren't like actual exotic animals.
Yeah. So, there is one shelter to the west that deals with the animals in the county or in the area that perhaps don't meet the normal sort of pound or shelter requirements. So the macaws, the actual domesticated iguanas rather than the wild feral ones that often end up around Florida. Things like that. They do still have dogs and cats and the like, but they have more of the more, not fully exotic, but yeah, I get what you're saying. So you could definitely go and have a ponder around there and have a chat to people there.
Yeah, that's what he'd do.
Well, you turn up at this particular shelter probably go on maybe a Thursday afternoon.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
He only works like 3 days a week.
Yeah. So if you turn up on a Thursday afternoon, you pull in. It's not a massive shelter. It's actually relatively small. And as you hop out of the car, you hear the different birds. You can hear a parrot maybe talking. So you just hear, hello, hello, somewhere in the distance. A couple of dogs barking. You hear the caw of a couple of crows or ravens. You're not quite sure just by listening. Whether they're inside or otherwise. And as you push open the front door, it's a very particular smell. Anybody that's ever been to an animal shelter as you walk in, it's not a bad smell, it's just a distinctly animal smell.
Mm-hmm.
And as you walk in, there is a lady behind the front desk. Sort of looks up at you. She's probably about 5'5", 5'6". She has probably almost shoulder length red hair, pulled back on one side. Rather sparkling sort of blue eyes, looks up at you. She's dressed in what appears to be just sort of neat casual clothing. She sort of looks up, hey, hi, welcome to the shelter. How can I help you today?
Hey, I was wondering if you needed a hand volunteer with some volunteer work.
Oh, you're interested in volunteering? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. What experience do you have?
Not a lot. Not a lot. None, really.
Okay. Well, I'll admit I volunteer here myself. This is one of the days that I'm here. But I can definitely go and get one of the full-time staff and get them to come in and maybe give you a hand to show you around. She sort of stands up. And as she stands up, you see a pair of ears pop up from behind the desk. and this absolutely just soft, gentle German Shepherd head just plonks its head on the desk and just looks at you.
Nick kind of melts a little bit at the puppy. He's gonna just kind of. You said it's on top of the desk, right?
Yeah.
He is going to just gently lay his hand down so that the puppy can sniff it.
Sort of noses forward.
And then he is gonna pet him behind the ear, give him some ear scritches.
The dog seems to like really lean into it. Now bear in mind, this is a dog that sort of stood up from behind the desk, popped his head on the desk. And the woman sort of looks, he goes, he likes people. This is Spud.
Spud?
Spud. She's gonna reach her hand out.
He's Spud.
The name's Jennifer. So she put her hand out to meet you. So as she reaches out her hand, do you shake her hand?
Yep.
She gives you a very firm handshake. She's like, I come down here, a day or two a week just to give them a hand out with the dogs. And that's so she comes down from behind the desk and see again, she's reasonably well dressed. I would like a wits and insight roll from you, please. And she's actually going to do the same.
Two.
With 2 successes, her voice is vaguely familiar. As she turns to you and she sort of goes, I'm sorry, please don't think I'm completely weird, but do you happen to go down to the beach very often by any chance?
Does that trigger? Does he recognize the voice now?
Yes.
Actually, yeah, I think we sat and had a conversation on the beach one night.
I think we did. Yeah. Well, it's a pleasure to actually put a face to the voice, I suppose.
Absolutely. What a yeah, right? What a interesting sort of twist of fate there. He smiles.
This world's thrown a lot of bizarre things at me over the years. This is no
Same.
strange thing to me, I suppose. Well, she'll give a whistle, and the dog comes around from behind the counter, sits down next to her and goes, this is who you didn't see that night. I'll take him down for a run every now and then. Work gets a bit hectic sometimes.
Tell me about it. Aren't you just adorable? And he leans down and pets Spud.
The dog comes up and he leans on you and full on rubs up against you and she's like, yeah, he's great with people.
It's adorable.
Dog,
Yeah.
Keep you busy.
Clearly.
I'll wait for Laddie to come through and she'll be the one that can show you around, I suppose, but yeah, always need extra help around here. I can only come down here a day or two a week just because of work myself. But I try and train some of the dogs up. Help with getting them ready to be rehomed. I'm not the best with some of the other animals. But yeah, they always need people working with the birds. I know that much. If you can handle a beak.
Sure, why not? I imagine Nick is wearing something where his tattoos, like his arm tattoos, are on display because it's getting to be summertime in Florida. Yeah. So he's probably wearing a tank top or something, and shorts.
Oddly, even with the warmth, Jennifer's still wearing full-length sleeves and sort of a jacket up around the neck. She sort of goes, well, look, I'm going to go and take a couple of the dogs for a walk, and Spud and I are going to do some work with a couple of the reactive ones out the back. Sort of desensitize a bit, but... Oh, and you'll see the door starts to open, and a woman probably in about her mid-50s. Short, curly hair, blonde, sort of dressed in a pair of, like, capris, runners, and just a nice sort of three-quarter sleeve shirt, walks out. Hey, just like, hey, this is Letty. Letty, Nick was inquiring about volunteering. Maybe someone for the birds. I know you need some more enrichment work out there. Letty sort of perks up, looks up at you. That'd be amazing. You're a big one. It's okay. You'll fit in the Averys. It'll be fine. Jen, there's 3 out there that need a bit of work. Yeah, no problems, Letty. And she sort of gives you a wave as she goes, well, look, good luck, and maybe I'll see you around a bit, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too. And she sort of heads out the back with Spud. And as she heads out the back, you sort of hear a couple of the dogs barking. You hear her sort of start to work with them. As Letty sort of looks up, he's like, hey, so here's some paperwork I'm going to need you to fill out. Just insurance, waivers, you know, all that sort of fun stuff. So if you can get that filled out, but I can take you for a tour.
Yeah, let me fill this out real quick so we'll be good to go.
Awesome, not a problem. While you're sort of filling it out, Letty just sort of potters around and tidies up a bit. And so what makes you want to come and give a hand? Like, we're always grateful for volunteers, of course, but...
This was the only place that I found that had an aviary attached to it.
Oh, okay, so you're looking more at adopting rather than...
Both.
Okay. So have you had any experience with birds, or...?
None at all.
Oh, goodness, okay. Well, it's always a good place to learn, and we always encourage people to get to know a bit about the animal they want to adopt before they adopt them. It's a fantastic way. Awesome. Okay, well, and sort of once you finish filling it out, she files it away. All right, let's go, shall we? And I'll ponder you through. She leads you through, unlocks the door, and you come through, and she sort of leads you down a couple of hallways, and you come to sort of the back of the facility where there's a big, long walkway, and there's aviaries either side, probably about 20 different aviaries, and about half of them are full at the moment. See, the other half, sort of the doors are open, signifying they've been cleaned and they're ready to go. There's 2 blue and gold macaws there that seem to be a bonded pair. There's a couple of conures. There is one of the aviaries is just full of cockatiels. Looks like somebody possibly, they came from, a hoarding situation. And you walk past one. And there is a raven sitting at the very back of the cage, glaring at the front door. She goes, yep, this little buddy came in a couple of weeks ago. He had no feathers on his bum. He was quite embarrassed by it. Someone's cat grabbed him, but he's seems semi-domesticated. He talks.
I'm sure Nick is intelligent enough to know that crows and corvids very much function like parrots and conures and all that, where you could teach them to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, corvids are pretty smart as a species of bird, much like cockatoos and parakeets and parrots.
That's why we figured he was domesticated and someone lost a pet, but we've been looking and haven't found anyone. And you see, actually, in the cage across from the raven, there is actually a cockatoo in there that sort of is up on the edge of the cage, sort of bouncing up and down, sort of trying to get your attention. It's like, hello, he's pretty cocky, hello. Loud as fuck.
Nick would ask, is it Nettie or Letty?
Letty.
Okay. Would ask Letty to, if he could go into the cage with the corvid, with the raven.
We don't recommend that. And you'll notice that the feed bowls at the front, they're like the spin around ones. hasn't been the fondest with people at the moment. It's sort of, we go in with face coverings and gloves, and she sort of holds an arm out. There is a gash, sort of, she pulls her sleeve up and you see there's a scratch on her arm. Yeah, he's doesn't seem to like people very much at the moment.
That's fair.
Not entirely sure. We just know that something happened to his tail feathers. And you see as you look closer, he's got fuzz on his bum, like the bottom part of his body. There's no long tail feathers. He's just got fuzz as the feathers are growing back in.
I mean, if I didn't have my tail feathers, I think I'd be a little angry at people too.
That's sort of what we figure, and we're just trying to figure out what kind of food he likes and trying to make sure that he's happy and comfortable, and bit by bit, time by time.
Have you given him any shinies?
We've tried. There's coins, a few shiny baubles, and we're trying. It's abuse cases can be tricky.
Yeah.
Sometimes they need someone that's willing to be patient with them, and unfortunately, we do the best we can, obviously, but I mean, I'm only one me, and there's only a couple of other people that deal with the birds that come in, so I'm doing the best I can. If you're able to come down, it would be amazing. Not just for him, but the others as well, you know? Parrots are such social creatures.
Yep.
They need their people, you know?
Absolutely. I think I could definitely come down quite a bit, actually, so they have some consistency. I think I'd like that, because I think I'm not really good at animal science, not really my area of expertise. I just happen to be fond of corvids.
We just need people with a big heart, so if that works.
But it definitely sounds like that would probably make it easier on all of these little fellas. And he kind of looks at all of the different birds in the aviary to have some consistency.
It would be amazing, yeah. Like, if it's something you're able to, obviously we don't ask, obviously we can't pay, but it is all volunteer at the moment, but we'll always appreciate it. We're open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily, so anytime you want to come down, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, she sort of starts to lead you out, and as she does, you hear a, ah! And like you look in, if you do look in at him, he sort of cocks his head at you, just stares at you. Beady eyes.
Nick would walk over to where the food bowl is, because from my understanding he could put something in it and flip it around, right?
Yeah.
I imagine Nick has a pretty shiny nickel.
Yeah.
Just like a newer minted nickel, so it doesn't have all the corrosion on it. He's gonna look at Letty to make sure it's okay to do this. Do you mind if I give him a little trinket?
Yeah, of course, no problems.
He locks eyes with the crow, puts it in the food, or the raven, locks eyes with him, puts it in the food bowl, and flips it around so he can have a little shiny coin.
There's a pair of beady eyes just watch you intently from the back of the aviary, just staring at you. As Letty sort of guides you away, you hear a little bit of a flap of wings and a clumsy crash, because without tail feathers, it's a bit difficult to fly and to steer. And you see a little black head peek its way and looking into the food bowl as Letty leads you back out. You don't see Jennifer again. She's off dealing with the dogs and whatever. As Letty leads you out and goes, look, give us at least 2 days to get this fully processed, so we can make sure you're on the insurance and everything is all clear.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I'm here 8 till 6, 7 days a week. This is what I do. This is my life. So, otherwise, it'd be amazing to see you again, Nick.
I definitely can guarantee at least 2 days a week, for sure.
That would be amazing. Not a problem in the world. Well, apologies. I do need to get back to the less glamorous side of things, there's cat litter trays that need to be scooped, and they don't do it themselves, unfortunately. So
Yeah. Nick is excited at the reaction the little bird gave. And he's kind of smiling a little bit. Definitely can guarantee a lot of time on Tuesdays and Thursdays for sure.
that would be amazing. Well, either way, I look forward to seeing you again. Have an awesome day. I need to get going. Apologies. And
It was nice to meet you.
lovely to meet you too. And she sort of waits for Nick to leave, and then you sort of hear her potter on out. Is there anything else really that Nick was hoping after that moment? Is there anything you wanted to go and maybe pick anything up?
He's going to a pet supply store. Because if he's gonna have a pet burb, he might want to have a pet burb cage. And like go ahead and set it up so at least when he has a little fella, he can already be ready. Because money's not really an issue for him for stuff like that, like at all.
So you could very easily go down to one of the nearest sort of pet stores, pick up a very large cage, because you would need a decent sized one for a corvid. And pick up a few food bowls, a few odds and sods and little things, and very easily start that whole process off and racing. So while Nick is meeting people and finding birds, William, you have been very busy. Over the course of this week, you have had several phone calls from agents wishing to speak to you. And, of course, as directed, you have sent them all to your solicitor, your new lawyer, Dustin. There was one time when 2 officers turned up on your front doorstep in the morning before leaving for the museum. They sort of turn up and go, Dr. Barnette, hoping to have a bit of a word with you. Two fairly burly-looking gentlemen, one bald, one not.
Would like to have a word with me? Well, if you wish to have a word with me, you can speak with Mr. Dustin. What was his last name? I can't remember.
McLaren.
Mr. Dustin McLaren. He is my lawyer. Please go through him first. Thank you.
You understand you're just making this difficult, right, mister? I want you to give me a wits and awareness if you look out your window or look through the peephole to see what they do.
Will 5 successes with a crit get me what I need, or do I need to spend
100%. That now you're just gloating. 5 successes on a crit. You see these 2 officers, agents. They didn't really actually identify themselves to you properly at all. Walk back to their vehicle. One of them sort of walks a bit past, sort of to look down the side of the house. They don't enter the property. They just have a very long, hard look. Long, hard look over the front of the house itself before they get in their vehicles and drive off. With the crit, should you see them again, you will recognize them. About 2 hours later... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, he's going to give a phone call to Dustin and ask him to head over as soon as he can.
when you ring Dustin, you would actually get a receptionist. And you go, hello, this is Daisy. You've rung the offices of Dustin McLaren. How can I help you?
Wasn't Daisy the same name of the lady I traumatized, who was the secretary to the politician?
No, that was Helen.
Okay, it wasn't Helen. I didn't traumatize Daisy yet. Yes. I am Mr. Dustin's client, William Barnette. If you could, I do need to speak with him.
Yes, Dr. Barnette, wasn't it?
Yes, Dr. Barnette.
He's currently in a meeting with another client. Would you like me to take a message for you?
Yes. If he's available, please let him know that I would like to request his presence at my abode. If not, I am very much thankful to have him.
So you're looking to book an appointment, a home call with Mr. McLaren, yes?
Yes, please.
He has 4 p.m. this afternoon or 10 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Either one is fine. Whichever is more convenient for him.
I'll let him know, and I'll send you a message. Your number that's on file, that is the correct number, yes?
That is an accurate number.
Fantastic. Thank you, Dr. Barnette. Dustin will be in contact with you within the next probably hour to let you know which appointment works best for him. Enjoy your day. And she hangs up.
She is far too perky.
About half an hour later, you get a text from Dustin just saying, I'll see you at 4.
Thank you.
So you spend your day, rather than going to the museum, at home. Maybe making a few phone calls.
Do paperwork for the museum at home sometimes. Work from home day.
Work from home day. While you work from home, maybe researching into some of your father's old investments. Slowly piecing together what was where and completing all the necessary paperwork to acquire funds that your father had squirreled away in a lot of different places. Whether it be investment properties or just simply shares in companies that slow growth, but growth nonetheless. Come 4 o'clock, the black Rolls Royce, perfectly timed into your driveway. And Dustin, again, 5'8", brown hair, slightly portly, but with that same air of capability, comes up, knocks on your front door.
William opens the door. Come in, Mr. McLaren. Right this way.
Dustin's fine. Dr. Barnette, I think we're, considering you have me on retainer, I think we're beyond misters, aren't we?
Oh, I agree. But, we must keep appearances. I'll call you within closed doors, all right? I'll call you Dustin within closed doors. You're still outside.
He will walk in and be, as you sort of usher him in. So, I've had a few phone calls over the last week or two. A lot of people are very interested in you.
Yes, they do seem to be. I had 2 agents show up at my door this morning, even. Not really certain that I got their names. I, in fact, didn't get their names. However, it seems that they're getting a little bit more bold.
I'm sorry, you had agents turn up this morning?
At my door, yes. That's why I called you here.
Did you get a number plate? Did you get any of the details?
I can draw you their faces.
You could have gotten the number plate with a 5 or the crit.
Oh, then yeah. He said, I've got the number plate. I've got their plate.
Good. He sort of writes it down and goes, okay. Because no agent should be contacting you directly, I have handed my information through. From the calls you had already received, they're aware they're supposed to contact me first.
Yes.
And they do want to meet with you in the next week or two. I will be
Yeah.
present, but
Yes, they're going to be persistent.
you did manage to upset a multi-billion-dollar corporation and draw the attention of the FBI.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
I do have a question for you. At the museum, you've had a few issues with break-ins, haven't you?
Yes, we have.
People
Quite a few.
sometimes break in and criminals tend to use other people's computers, yes?
That is correct.
To hide illegal activity?
That is also correct. It certainly seems like a routine case of somebody breaking in and using my advanced electronic components to commit some sort of fraudulent activity. Doesn't that sound like the case?
Definitely could be possible. Now I have to ask, was that video files, they were corrupted, weren't they?
They
Uncle
were
Barnette?
indeed. They were indeed.
Fantastic. That's all I need to know. So, they're going to allege a lot of things about you, obviously, when we do meet with them.
Of course.
Are there any organizations that you volunteer for, perhaps? Anything that paints you in a better light in the community?
There is. I was obviously working with the museum, helping them with their finances.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, I have, done my scholarly work. I plan on attempting to begin teaching again at the local university if I can manage to acquire a position there that can help me. And I'm also, thanks to some of my father's contacts, I'm going to start throwing a few parties in the near future for the upper class. So that might
Okay.
help me reputation with some of the more wealthy in the area that have perhaps some pull.
That could definitely be helpful, William, but I feel that we need something more charitable, more community-driven. We need to try to remove you from some of these watch lists. You understand this, right? You're making my job very difficult. We need to find a way to paint you in a more positive light in the community.
I'm aware I'm making your job more difficult.
That's what you pay me for, but that's nonetheless. Is there any way that you can think of that you could start to contribute to the local area, contribute to the community, perhaps improve a local park? Could you start volunteering at a soup kitchen? Something.
A charity party.
Not exactly what I was thinking, but it's a good start.
But it would allow us to collect donations. It would put me, while it would not necessarily get me the eyes off of me, it would get good publicity on me in the eyes of the local community that could put me into, and the local charity that would be donating to could be a local restoration fund.
That is definitely something that we can work on, yes. That is a good start. If we
I had
could
already
get
planned.
you somewhere a bit more hands-on as well, that would be great.
I don't like to get my hands dirty.
Could you perhaps volunteer? We'll have to see what your clearance will allow. Perhaps at local schools teaching science classes? Do some fun, you seem to be good with basic chemical reactions.
I do so love children. I can do that, yes. I think I can make that happen.
Perhaps aim for high schools, not elementary schools.
That's even worse.
That's easier for clearance if you can aim for a high school. Just saying.
Easier for clearance, even worse. No.
Dr. Barnette.
No. Easier for clearance, but the children are even worse.
I've found they can be more easily engaged with loud, flashy things than smaller children. And encouraging interest in STEM fields is always good.
That is also true. Yes, I agree. I could teach a physics class. I could teach the children how to make a slingshot.
I feel like that would definitely be popular.
A big, fancy slingshot. No, that's probably a bad idea. That would give me put on hold watch for this.
Please make sure that you run any ideas past the teacher in charge of the class for the curriculum.
Yes.
But if I leave you with that, I'm curious as to what these other agents were, but if you can improve yourself in the public eye, I'll deal with the legal end. Make sure everything you do is done properly, though. Please, Dr. Barnette.
Of course.
No more backdoors with things, please. Everything above board.
I will do everything above board until these watch lists are removed. Until that point, however, I don't think they're going to stop until they get some way in, until they feel like they've seen everything that I have in here. I'm already planning on throwing a house party. Perhaps we don't invite them, but if I throw a house party, they're likely going to find their way in. Do you think we could control what they see?
Very easy.
Through a house.
They would just be seeing you meeting with friends and colleagues and associates.
So do you think that concept has merit?
I think it's a possibility. I would recommend hiring security for the event, just in case.
Yes.
However,
security staff would be good to have on hand. General.
And he looks down at his watch and he's like, look, not to be rude, but I do operate on a time schedule, Dr. Barnette. I will handle the other side of things. If you can improve your public image, please ensure that it is done legally. Don't sidestep anything as much as it may be frustrating.
I would never.
Please remember that I am privy to any and all of your police records.
I would only sometimes.
Exactly. One of the best things you can do is work on reforming yourself. That is the angle that I believe is going to work the best for us. You are going to work on reforming yourself and your image. Growth. Growth is the best way to work through this right now, Dr. Barnette. From the eyes of the law, anyway. So, enjoy the remainder of your evening. Hopefully, I hear some good things, and I'll let you know should they require a physical meeting at any point soon.
Cool.
Fantastic. And he stands up and holds out his hand. As always, pleasure doing business with you.
Pleasure doing business with you.
I'll see myself out. It's not the first time. And he'll turn around and ponder his way out the door.
Have a good evening, Dustin. Maybe next time he'll drink your tea.
Perhaps. will walk out, up in his car, and leave. Leaving William to ponder thoughts of parties, children, schools. How could you teach children about things? Volunteering? Ugh. What are you thinking about volunteering at a homeless shelter right now?
No. Maybe funding.
Leaving William with that thought and a cold cup of tea that Dustin never seems to drink sitting in front of him. We are going to cross to Victor. Now, Victor, during the course of this week, Emory made some phone calls and set up a therapy session for you at the request of your sister. Because this was the deal. She would come home if Victor went to therapy. So, after looking through all of the options, the one with the best time and availability is one Tammy Eltham. So there is an appointment set up, probably at about 2:30 on a Friday afternoon, just outside of Victor's work hours, if he did the morning shift. Do you go to the appointment, Victor?
Yep. He's going. He's really pissed about it. But yeah, he's going.
So you
I mean, he already paid.
Yeah. Emory, just a quick question. Did you just pay for the first session, or have you paid for like 5 or 6 of them?
Are you kidding me? I paid for 12 fucking sessions. He's doing the full course.
So, Victor, you have 12 prepaid hour-long therapy sessions with Tammy.
So yeah.
Sorry?
Victor in his mind is going to. He's just doing that for keeping Lily on site, basically. Trying to get how to say a step in her direction, so she actually stop freaking out and do random shit because she can. But he is actually going with maybe a bad mentality. He's really not going to trust.
Maybe for the right reasons, yeah.
Yeah. So he's preparing himself. He does not look like Victor when he's going into the building. He's really well dressed, shaved, a bit tied up and stuff like that. To look like a total other person than him.
Okay, I would like you, please, to give me a charisma subterfuge roll.
Okay. That's not a good thing, God. But yeah, he's actually trying to present
Try to
well.
clean up and look good, yeah. Look like he's got it together, yeah.
One success.
One success, okay. So, you walk into the building. It's just a small office in sort of maybe a 4-story building. You sort of head on up, and it's a fairly pleasant waiting area. There's like 3 or 4 chairs, A couple of books, some kids' toys in the corner perhaps. A lot of pamphlets about different things to do with mental health are on the wall. There is like one of those steam diffusers, some sort of calming, maybe lavender-based scent drifting through the entire office. And the front desk seems to be unoccupied. And as you walk in and a bell sort of dings, a lady walks out from out the back. She appears to be in her about mid-30s. Very long brown hair. She wears it down, and it's almost down to her waist. She has very kind brown eyes, sort of a smattering of freckles, sort of a plain face, not super pretty, nothing to massively catch the eye, but she looks up at you and goes, "Good afternoon. How can I help you?"
I'm here for my appointment, I think.
You must be Victor?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm Tammy. Apologies, I don't generally have a receptionist.
No worries, no worries.
Just me
Yeah.
in here. So
Yeah,
I
but it's
hang
fine.
out to shake your hand and
Yeah, he's going to shake his hand. Trying to smile, trying to not be him.
yeah. Follow me if you would. She
Yeah,
leads
of
you out
course.
to a room out the back. It's got a couple of different couches, like 2 single-seaters, a 2-seater couch there. It's very bright and airy and pleasant. It's lots of like yellows and greens and blues, and she has like a couple of little plants on her desk, and it's just generally a really light, relaxing kind of a mood of a room. Very stereotypical therapist room. And she sits down on the couch and she pops a laptop on. I hope you don't mind. I'll be taking some notes. It's just for my records.
Yeah, of
so that I
course.
can help what we're going to work through. And the first session, have you ever done therapy, Victor?
No, it's my first time. Yeah.
Okay. Your friend did mention that you perhaps needed quite a few sessions. They prepaid for 12. That was quite lovely of them. We'll
Yeah,
see if you need them all, and if not, we can always organise a refund or see how we go. But
she's messing with me a bit like that every time,
I don't know if a friend getting you therapy is messing with you. Everybody can use therapy. It's a fantastic tool to help you cope with
Oh yeah, of
emotions
course.
and
It's
different things in your life.
yeah, it's same with everything, She, I don't know. It's not the first time she buy me stuff I don't really need.
Well,
She's like that.
She sounds like a very lovely friend, however. It seems like she cares a lot. And the way
Yeah.
she spoke very highly of you on the phone. So,
Oh, that's
yeah,
that's heartwarming. Yeah.
it really is. So, what we generally like to do on the first session is we sit down, we have a bit of a conversation about you. I would love to get to know you, Victor. That's what a lot of this is all about. So, about your family, your work, things that you enjoy, what do you do in your spare time? Tell me a little bit about yourself. I'd love to hear about it.
I don't know what to say. Actually, I'm just think a normal dude. I'm trying to do that. Maybe it's because I have some unresolved issue with my family. I'm trying to get
Tell me
some
about
help.
your family. Tell me about your family. Your mum and dad,
I'm
are they still together?
yeah. Oh, in a way. No, let's just say I'm just with my sister. It's okay. It's all right. I'm trying to raise my little sister a bit since
That's a very big
yeah,
responsibility. They put a lot of
yeah.
pressure on you.
I mean, I'm trying to do my best, but it's not easy to. She's a lot,
So how old is your
and
sister?
19,
Oh,
18.
that's a fun age. They're all starting to grow up and go off into the
Yeah,
world and do their own thing, and it's a lot of work. It's quite difficult
yeah.
managing that sometimes.
and I was actually searching for advices about that
We can definitely
because
touch base on that in one of the sessions, yeah?
yeah, she is a lot, and I don't really know how to handle her sometimes, especially because I'm trying to keep her safe. She doesn't have a work, to pay everything for her, and
So you're supporting
she
too.
thinks I'm a bit in her back all the time, basically,
Uh-huh.
and that's it.
So
I'm
is that a
trying
very
to.
challenging emotion for you to deal with there, Victor?
What emotion? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So that's definitely something, and she's sort of typing away the whole time. So over the course of the next sort of half an hour to an hour, she prods and pokes a bit to get a bit of a feel for who Victor is, and you don't give her a lot of solid details, do you?
No, he's just like Lily driven, and that's it.
Okay.
And every time the conversation shifts, he's like, "Yeah, but how do you handle stuff like that?" And oh, yeah, teenagers and stuff like that. And that's it.
So probably after about 40-45 minutes, she said, "Well, look, perhaps that will be enough for today. But
Okay.
I would definitely like to see you next week.
Okay.
I think we'll keep the weekly appointments for now. I think it might be important. I do have a small task for you for this week. I would like you to just have a think about. Call it a little bit of homework. I would like you to cast your mind back to when you were 19, when you were 18, 19, and how it felt for you, perhaps wanting to step out into the world and be your own individual person. I want you to have a think about the support maybe your parents gave you in this time, and perhaps think about how it felt for you. So this is something I would like you to think about. And also during this week, I just once, at least once, I would like you to ask Lily one question. How can I help you? And listen to what she has to say.
You know what? That's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question to ask her. Yeah, thank you, doctor.
I just want you to give that up. Not doctor, but
How should I call you then?
Tammy's just fine.
Just Tammy?
Just
Okay.
Tammy's
Thank
fine.
you, Tam.
So so think about what it was like when you were like 18, 19 and becoming an adult. And then ask your sister, how can I help you? Just once, and just listen to what she has to say. Then I'd love it if you could come back and tell me all about it next week.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Fine.
Same time next week?
Yep, sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I will be sending the details of letting you know the appointments have been done to Miss Gaines, as she was the one who was in charge of the account. But a pleasure to meet you, Victor. Absolute pleasure to meet you.
It was a pleasure. Yeah.
And she'll show you out and sort of. I want you to give me a wits and insight roll, please, Victor.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm good at that. I'm going to reroll that.
Okay.
What the fuck is that roll? What the fuck? Okay, that 2 successes. Okay.
With 2 successes, that is enough that if Victor were to look over his shoulder, Tammy's giving him a very concerned look as he walks away. Because he just spent 45 minutes redirecting the conversation back to his little sister.
Doesn't care. It's done.
It's done. So as you walk out of there,
He's going just to being grumpy again and undo his tie a bit.
Yep.
And
are you going to head back to the museum on this Friday afternoon? Or are you going to go back home? Where are you heading? It's about 3:30 in the afternoon by now.
Are we supposed to meet with the cell?
Not necessarily this evening, but just wondering what you might be doing.
Yeah, he's going home to change.
Okay, well, as he heads home to change, we are going to take a short break. And when we come back, we will touch base with everybody possibly together. So everybody go and get a drink, grab a snack, move your bodies, and we'll see you back here in about 5 minutes.
St. Petersburg by Night is brought to you through collaborations with our partnered vendors: Wolfpack Dice, Ember Fox Dice, Dragon Ink Dice, Bear the Bard, Champs Tramps, Panchi Artista, and Chromatic Creations US. Links to our partnered vendors, as well as our Twitch and YouTube channels, can be found on our website, stpetbynight.com. The official theme song for St. Petersburg by Night is Vampire by Faith and Failure. You can find them at faithandfailure.com. You can follow SPbN on all socials with the hashtag StPeteByNight. If you wish to support our program, you can do so at ko-fi.com/stpetbynight to help keep the stories rolling.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a good break. Stretch your muscles, got a snack, got a drink. Did your best to not be absolute heathens, unlike this lot. Look, that's why we love them, right? So, we're going to bring us back in at the museum on a Monday afternoon. So, for those who have been following along, Monday afternoons are generally when the cell meet up to just discuss what might be going on. It's just a general recap and touch base for the week. So, at about 2:30, 3 o'clock on Monday afternoon, Victor, you have finished work at the cafe and you head on over. Do you grab any drinks or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah? So you grab your
I'm
normal...
going.
Sorry?
It's been a time since I grabbed a few coffees, so I'm going to take the coffees for the team.
So as you grab everybody's order and you start to walk over, your mind drifts to the weekend. Lily was actually home for most of the weekend. Did Victor ask the question that his therapist gave him?
Yeah. He's trying to make the impression that he is actually trying. Like, not just for her, but for himself and the imagination of Lily being just, I'm good.
When he asked the question, how can I help you? Lily turned to him and sort of slowly at first, but then slowly just over the course of the next 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes just went bleh, and spilled out everything that she'd been holding in. Everything about school, her classes, about what her friends have been doing. Starts talking about how much she wishes she could renovate her bedroom a bit more. She wants to start doing more around the house and spending more time with you. Starts talking about wanting to go and play mini golf, maybe go to the beach together. And starts talking about all these different things, and then starts to talk to you about Brandon. Starts telling you like he's really lovely, he's been so helpful in her learning about who she is, he's been very supportive of her as a person, he keeps wanting to push her with her studies, and she was briefly mentioned maybe leaving college. And he was the one that convinced her not to do that, to stay and to finish her degree, because she was really angry at you. She was going to leave. She was so mad she was just going to figure out a way to get some of the inheritance money maybe and just leave. But she didn't, because Brandon said it's better for her to finish her education and all this, and just rambles all of this out. So for the first time in a long time, there's actually feels like there's a connection between the pair of them. they actually spent some time together as siblings. But different. It's like she genuinely has been missing that connection between them. She did leave for a bit on Sunday afternoon to go hang out with Brandon, but she was home that night for dinner. So
That's good.
definitely is an improvement. So as you walk from work to the museum, slowly pondering these things, I would like you to make me a wits and awareness check, please.
Let me see.
Sorry, I just need to hide my dice from the cat.
Just a sec. No, my dice are fucking crap today. 2 successes.
On 2 successes, you don't see the person before you hear the voice. As you walk up the couple of stairs to the museum, you just hear a, "Hey, got a minute, mate?"
He's going to. I have a. He's not really paying attention, so he was going to say, "Yeah, I have to work." What?
You look over and, yeah, it's Brandon. He's like, "Hey, Victor, isn't it?"
Brandon, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I know last time we met wasn't really under the best circumstances.
You want to see the museum?
Kind of hoping I could have a chat with you, you know, like man to man and stuff.
With me.
We both care about Lily, right?
He's going to just. He was actually, two steps in the stairs. He's going to get down. Yeah, sure.
Look, we got off on the wrong foot, you know. Lily means a lot to me. You mean a lot to her, so
Yeah,
I'd
it's
like
normal.
to make it right, you know.
Yeah, okay. You think you make it wrong right now?
I'm gonna be honest. You really didn't look too impressed to see me the other day.
Okay. Listen. I try to. I know she's a grown-ass girl, but right now I'm trying to provide, you know, with work and stuff like that. So it's kind of difficult. So you catch you. I think I was really tired. I say. Sorry, I wasn't the most enjoyable person, especially with Lily screaming at me and well.
Hey man, I understand. We've had some pretty heated conversations over the last couple of weeks.
You have, yeah.
She didn't want to talk to you. She just wanted to go and do her own thing. I kept trying to get her to talk to you more, man.
Is he lying? Can I
You can make
like?
an insight roll.
Yeah, yeah. Because he is really like having a turning point of yeah, he's crazy and oh yeah, I totally have you on my have your back this whole
Yeah, no, give me
time.
wits and insight.
Let me see. 6 with a crit, motherfucker.
He got 0 successes even when I used a willpower for him to re-roll. He seems genuine. Don't get me wrong, there's a little bit of bravado, but this kid does seem slightly concerned. He seems like he's coming from a place of genuine concern. And he sort of turns around and he goes, look, you know, I don't think it's right that she's not allowed to do things. You know, she's an adult, man, but I get it. I've got a little sister. I'd be protective of her too if something happened. You know, I understand.
I'm just going to point that out. It's not like I'm not preventing her to do anything, and I cannot actually. I just don't know where she is all the time. If I get home early, you know, of stuff, but trying to do stuff with her. It's fine. It's fine. You know, she is actually really working right now.
She told
Maybe
me.
thanks to you.
Yeah, she told me. She said that you were doing the therapy and you guys actually
Yeah.
had the first good weekend in a while, and that's awesome, man. Like it really is.
I mean,
Yeah. I get where you're
Yeah.
coming from. You can't always know where she is, dude. I guess I wanted to come get to know. She doesn't know that I'm here. So at least then you know me. So if she's not with you,
yeah.
maybe you'll feel a bit safer about where she is if she's with me.
I mean, I don't really don't get the wrong idea. I will. It's something I'm going to work, you know, on therapy. Sorry, the player is actually laughing. But yeah, she's not. I don't feel. I don't feel safe, and I don't think I feel safe for her anytime soon. It's not about you, you know.
Yeah, no, dude. I look. I know that. I know that. I mean, look, hey, look, can I shout you walk through the museum? We'll walk and talk.
Yeah, sure. I mean, he's going to look. Does anyone
It would
like
be close to
show
when Ella and Emory might be walking up about now.
Yeah, sure. Let me show you the manatees. Let's go.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, like we can go and have a chat and. Oh, I. Did you message your friends?
Huh? No, they work here too. I'm volunteering.
Oh, okay. He sort of looks a little bit more uncomfortable as he notices Ella and Emory walking up.
So you're coming?
Hi. Yeah. Okay.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah, Brendan is here to see the manatees, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool.
But first, is that coffee for me?
Oh my god.
You know he did.
Ah,
He's
yes,
good.
I love you, Victor.
Emory, yours.
Thank you.
Oh, so you guys are just friends? Okay. Cool.
No, we.
Yeah. We're friends. We just also we work here too.
Yeah.
I've been.
I'm security if you didn't notice.
I saw the guns. Nice. He's very obviously trying to figure out how to talk to you guys right now. Cool. Do you want me to, I can let you go if you want, Victor. If you've got things you gotta do, man.
No, Brandon, and I'll come on and swing around on his shoulder. Like,
I mean,
come on, guy. You came here for the manatees. You are allowed to come here. It's a public place. You go right ahead.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Ella's just standing there smiling.
where we go then?
Sure, and he just sort of shuffles and shifts his way out of Emory's grip. I'm like, cool. So who have we got? Like, there's a couple of them here at the moment, and maybe I could bring Lily down. You know?
Oh, that would be a
Cool.
lovely date.
Yeah.
That would be a cute date, yeah.
I think if you, I don't remember the time, but I think you have yoga with the manatees here at
Yes,
some
the
point.
manatee yoga.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll see if she's interested.
I mean, you don't have to. It's just something easier, you know.
Is that the sort of stuff she likes?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It's just an idea.
Oh well,
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
gonna go look at the manatees, and I'll leave you guys.
Yeah, you
to
go have fun.
Work.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can I catch up with you at some point later, then, Victor? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Sweet. All right, man. Cool. Good talk. Yeah. As he sort of
Yeah.
walks away and just walks off, looking over his
Man,
shoulder.
that kid's not good with women.
I hate him.
What were you guys talking about before we walked up?
What do you want to know?
Wow, Victor, you're also bad with women, huh?
How is
Yeah,
Lana?
She's good. We hung out over the weekend.
Yeah, sure. He's really pissed.
Ella's gonna be scrutinizing the hell out of Victor right now. How was therapy?
Yeah, I saw I got charged for the first session.
I mean, I don't know how you want me to be.
How do you feel after your therapy session? Do you feel like it worked at all? Or
I
did
want
you
to be
fake it?
honest.
What do you mean by that? It makes no sense. Does it work or not? What the fuck?
So are you guys having this conversation as you walk into
Yeah,
the office?
100%.
And I'm guessing like Nick
Yeah.
will be turning up in the next couple minutes. So as you guys are sort of having this conversation, what do you mean, does it work or not? As you walk through William's office, William, they don't even knock anymore. They just walk in.
And before you say anything, coffee. This is order, basically.
So the three of them walk in talking about therapy. Victor drops a drink on your desk and they're like, yeah, keep walking.
I really need to start locking that door.
You love us.
Love is a strong word, Ella. Oh, Emory.
Yes.
So you only hate me.
I may need to speak to you later. I may have an event you may want to do security for.
Perfect.
Oh.
I might have a task for you. This might be mutually
I'm
beneficial.
concerned. Tasks from you, Emory, always go bad.
Wow.
Yeah, I need you too, maybe.
We'll talk later.
Yeah.
We'll talk later.
As you guys heading out the back, Nick, you would be turning up slightly later, sort of towards the tail end of this level of chaos. Now I have a question for you. How often have you been at the museum over the last week?
I would say not at all, except to do the yoga with Steve. And seeing William.
So you guys did see last week that Richard's office window, the curtain had been brought up. As you ponder on in, Nick, as you come in, coming up behind you, you just hear, well, it's a pleasure to see you, Mr. Flynn. As Robert walks up behind you.
It's about to be like, who the fuck is Richard?
Apologies.
It's a new season, guys. He's changed his name.
Oh no.
It's how he got back into the country.
As you walk in, you see Robert's window. I'm going to have to cut that completely the fuck out. Oh my god.
No, don't.
As you ponder on in, Robert's voice comes out behind you. Pleasure to see you again, Mr. Flynn.
Good to see you too, Robert. Glad you made it back in one piece.
Oh my goodness, it was definitely somewhat of a challenge getting back into the country. I'm definitely curious as to hear about what exactly it was you all managed to do that got me involved.
You existed in the same area as us.
Apparently that's enough. Anyway, shall
Robert would notice Nick does have a Bluetooth headphone in. He's listening to music as he's kind of walking. But I'll let William tell you exactly what happened. I think it would better come from his mouth than any of ours.
Well, let's see if he has any sense to speak of, shall we? After you, Mr. Flynn.
William have sense? Really? Have we met the same person? And he giggles and kind of walks in, leading the way.
An exasperated sigh leaves Robert. And if you were able to hear well enough, you would hear him go, I should have stayed in Europe. As he walks in through William's office door behind Nick. He does close the door and lock it as he then follows you through.
William is sitting at his desk working on what seems to be a motherboard that he is rewiring. Not dead to the world, just focused on working.
Nick is gonna go ahead and walk into the cell portion of the room to let he and Robert have a private moment.
Emory, if this is about your... Robert, you're alive!
No way, Robert!
Oh my goodness. William, you knew I was alive.
Well...
What is that?
Oh, this? You remember the supercomputer I got?
Yes.
Well, it bricked. But I'm taking out the motherboard and the hard drive, and I'm seeing how they work, so I can maybe rewire them and get it to not be bricked again.
Right. William, a word with the others, maybe shortly. What did you do?
I have been legally advised not to share anything beyond what I have already told my lawyer. If you wish to speak with me about my about
William,
any
shut
escapades.
I think after the amount of years that we have spent together, lawyers should not be involved in this. So, can you at least explain to me why I spent 3 days detained by border security because of my connection to you?
He taps on the bricked supercomputer. I typed some things. I sent a packet or two to Uber. And now I may be on a few more watch lists than I was on. I was already on a lot of watch lists, but I now may be on a few more watch lists, but I'm getting it fixed. I have a lawyer on retainer. He's helping me. I did all the things that you should be proud of me for doing, and I'm taking responsibility. Not going to prison, but I'm taking responsibility.
Next year, you're going to Milan. I'm not. Let's go, shall we? I need to speak to the rest of everybody. I'd like to know what is going on. And make sure everyone is okay. Considering a small amount of news that I've had. Anyway, and he sort of clasps his hands behind him and walks out the back. Evening, everyone.
Robert!
Robert!
Hello.
Been a while. How was Milan? Was it?
Yes, it was serviceable. Business
Okay.
is never pleasurable, of course. It appears a lot less exciting. Has your time on Earth happened?
Oh, I have a folder here with everything that happened. This a couple of,
You're recording all of this?
just for you. Actually,
Out of character clarification question, does Victor point to a computer or like a manila file,
Yeah.
handwritten file
Yeah.
folder? Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to shit bricks right with him.
yeah. Look at this supercomputer.
Fuck, you're not William, Victor. You're supposed to be smarter than that. God damn it.
And he's going to hand him the folder.
Thank you. And one moment, I'll take some time to look over this. Please do continue. I didn't mean to interrupt. It was just wanted to say hi and see all of your faces. What's included in this folder, Victor?
Everything.
He goes and sits down on a single-seater sofa over in the corner and just starts going through it.
The listening device, the bag of drugs, the warehouse, the target, the binder, every fucking the kidnapping.
No.
So you just hear, oh my, oh my, oh my, so many. Just, I'm going to say the words, generalized English-styled surprise noises coming from the corner. As he sits there and if an aged gentleman could clutch pearls, he would be by the end of it.
You mean he's not clutching pearls? I'm disappointed.
So what are you guys doing while he's reading this?
So, everyone, I wanted all of you to be aware. In fact, this is the event I was speaking to you about a second ago, Emory. I'm throwing a little charity party for a little charity tea party, and I may need some security. And you know, you all are pretty good with weapons. I don't know if you're very good with weapons, Nicholas, but you three are pretty good with weapons. And I might need security for this little party. So, how would all of you like to come and help guard my estate? Maybe. Lovely.
Yeah.
We'll see if this happens.
I'd be down.
Nick, I found a new tea. I wanted to. It's something we actually sell right now. It's a new thing, you know. He's going to give
Also,
the cup.
Nick is wearing a kilt, a Ace Pride kilt, and a just like a sexy pirate shirt. Because I don't like those sleeveless sexy pirate shirts, and he's got it tucked into the kilt. He walks over to Victor, grabs the tea, takes a sip of it. Good tea. Takes another sip of it. Looks at William. I might work better as maybe one of those socialites. Sips tea.
You certainly will, considering your boyfriend.
Pardon?
Very attractive, by the way.
Pardon?
Partner?
I didn't out of character. I did not understand what you said. You said it so quick and away from your microphone.
I think you would do very well as a socialite, considering your boyfriend.
You have a
Oh.
boyfriend?
He's very
Nick
pretty.
blushes. Nick isn't like full on royal blushes and becomes very like timid all of a sudden while he's sipping his tea, trying to deflect the conversation.
Hey, William, not cool guy. But,
Not cool, but it's already out there. So,
Yeah, who is this?
you are a monster.
listen, you guys have been all up in my relationship drama. It's time for somebody else.
No. Let's get one thing straight, Emory. Ella. We were
That's the
only all
same.
up in your relationship drama because of your sister.
I mean, your
Not wrong.
girlfriend was nearly a snack, so for some hemophagic entity. So
You, Victor, I'm so proud of you. You're
Hey, you
using
know
big
what?
words.
yeah,
He's
I'm trying.
deflecting. Tell us about this guy.
His name's
What?
Steve.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Steve
kill you,
Harris.
William.
William, how the hell did you know about this?
Maybe if we'd all get together and do yoga on Sundays, we would all know a lot more about each other. Who was that guy you were bringing over, since you want to put my business out there? He was
I
kinda
legally
cute, too.
am not tied to Grover McGannon whatsoever, and don't ever mention that you ever saw him ever again for your own safety.
Who is it? Who's that guy?
It was
He's
Grover.
the guy who gave me that supercomputer in there that I legally don't have.
You might want to take it out of your office.
That's why you are being followed with the FBI on a fucking trail?
Uh-huh. Like I said, legally,
Oh, God.
you guys do not know Grover McGannon. Legally, I don't know Grover McGannon. We're not going to talk about Grover McGannon. My lawyer knows about Grover McGannon, and he's the only one who knows about Grover McGannon, and he is legally not going to tell anyone else. Sound good to everyone?
Ella?
Legally, my name is already on paperwork regarding Grover McGannon, if you remember correctly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, you know Grover McGannon.
Who is this
Also,
guy?
Victor, how have you been?
Good. I've been following therapy.
Really?
And had a normal weekend with Lily, and that's it.
Aw.
Takes a sip of tea, sets it down, and just smiles over at Victor. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be.
You went, and that is a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also, the boyfriend of my little sister showed up in the museum. And I
Yeah, what was
didn't
that
want to
about?
bring him.
Yeah, what you guys talk about?
I don't know. He's trying a weird technique of seeming sincere and really weird, actually. Like, yeah. Since the last time we met with him.
Do you think maybe he was just trying to be sincere?
He
Maybe.
called me a crazy guy twice.
And you are a little crazy, Victor. We're all
William,
a little
I'm not
crazy.
on any watch list. I don't exist.
That's not how that works. That's not how any of this works.
Yes,
my guy.
it is.
You have a
Yes.
cell phone. You may not be on a watch list, but you certainly do exist.
I don't have a cell phone. I just burn a phone.
Do you have a bank card?
No.
Do you have a banking account, Victor?
Yeah. Multiple.
Then you exist.
There you go. You exist.
You have a social security number. You exist.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Ella, real quick side note. How is
Mhm.
Lana, by the way?
Lana's good.
Is she remembers
You're
anything?
doing good. She...
Oh.
We don't really talk about that much.
She seems
For
in
the
the
best.
clear
You think so? Or
Mhm.
you know
so
that?
far.
She doesn't remember anything specific that would make me believe that she's aware of anything.
I'm just going to say I'm not pleased to ask that,
I get it.
Emory, you seeing anybody? Since we're airing all of our dirty laundry, William.
Yeah, Emory, want to talk
Yeah, I
about
get it.
Alicia?
Yeah, sure. I don't mind talking about someone I'm interested in because I'm not emotionally stunted like the rest of you.
I mean, I wouldn't say emotionally stunted, more like I was going to talk about it when I was ready because we just started seeing each other.
No, that was not anything on you, Nick. That was purely everyone else in the room.
Yeah,
New
okay, go ahead.
relationships and all. I understand you're not going to tell people about it. And no, she's a pretty girl. I like her. She seems like she might be a keeper, might not be. I don't know. I'm still kind of reconnecting that bridge since I hadn't been in contact with her for a full 6
Yeah.
days. Right after I said I'd be better about texting her. So
Man,
I'm kind
that
of in
was
the hot
just-
seat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of sad you can't tell her what happened.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I told her what happened. I got some identity theft issues and was working on trying to fix that for the past 6 days.
Good idea, thank you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice.
Technically not
nice.
wrong.
I mean, I guess technically your identity is stolen when you're kidnapped, so
My wallet
Because-
and my phone were not in my possession for those 6 days. I had an identity theft.
It's
That is
good.
true.
Yeah, let's go.
Victor, you seeing anybody?
No?
well,
No?
anyway,
And we don't
Now-
see Frankie in the fucking panic room, like we said. Especially because guys, we cannot deal with him with the fucking trucks in his money, on Cece's money now.
so everyone, speaking of the money, we need to discuss what we're going to do with the money.
Keep the
Now,
money.
I don't think we should keep the money, personally. I think we should give half of the money to our target, keep him on our payroll, and then once we manage to find an opportunity, we make it no longer a problem. We can
Can
reacquire some of his assets, maybe then we'll make some of the money back and he'll be gone.
Can
But
I
we
make
need to
a
keep that
counter
from-
argument?
All right?
We give
Mhm.
the 250k to him. Cece is going to fucking kill us.
I don't think she's going to care or know what happens to the money.
She said last time the money is tracked.
She did not say that.
Mm-mm. And honestly, I
And
don't really
I-
care what she thinks.
I don't think Cece's going to kill us. I don't think she's going to care, honestly. We got her book. That's all she cared about.
And she seemed very adamant that we acquire a specimen for further research anyway. What better
Fuck
way
that.
to stab someone in the back than to fucking act like we're on their side?
Fuck that. This is going to end one way, and it's going to end with Frankie dead.
Oh, agreed. But I'm just saying, if the money is tracked,
We need more resources.
either
to
A,
keep him.
she's gonna go. Her and her little thingamabob she got going on are gonna go after him herself, or B, she's gonna think we're trying to bring him in as a specimen for research and isn't gonna give a shit that we gave him the money.
I mean, that's what we can always say
Sometimes.
if she tries to say anything, that we're trying to get you your live specimen.
We hunt hemophagic entities. We don't deal with them with money.
Victor, I hate to tell you this, my friend, there is more than one way than brute force in what we do.
Yeah, sure. When it's a fucking
Sometimes.
armless ghost.
No.
No. No. When
We'll
we're
talk about
dealing
that
with-
later.
When we're dealing with hemophagic entities, sometimes we have to play on their level. And this is one of those times where playing on their level is more beneficial than just outright attacking him. We don't have the resource to just outright attack him, so we need to wait for an opportunity. One of the
give
best
him
ways
money
to wait.
and give us less money for the resources of the cell is going to work.
We have 250k is more than enough to get us what we need. Besides,
Also,
I am fairly wealthy. Emory is fairly wealthy. Nicholas, you have somewhere you get money. I don't know where it comes from.
good investments, bitch. Good investments. Tell you, I'll put you in
Ella's
touch with my broker.
Ella's destitute, but it's okay. Emory has money. You
You realize
Did we
Emory's money is the family
Did we
money, right?
divulge that? No, it's my money. You blew your fucking inheritance.
I would like to kind of go back to the conversation we had with Frank. Supposedly, he's going to give us bigger fish in this pond.
That's what he's banking on. That's
The-
what he provided information about.
Correct. And Victor, you're very good at what you do when it comes to the hunt. However, sometimes the long game is better than the short game.
The
And
thing
like I
is,
said,
we
the
lack
long game will still
information.
end.
We lack information. We are not hitman for a vampire. Am I right?
But this doesn't make us hitmen for a vampire.
We don't
What
know
this
that.
does is this
We don't
allows
know.
us-
Maybe we actually help him to get stronger.
And
So-
that is wonderful. If he gets stronger, that means more glory for us when we do finally take him down.
I don't give a
Mhm.
fuck about glory.
I do.
I'm
But
glad you
thing
do.
here to talk about is the fact that Frankie can provide us with bigger fish. We don't necessarily need to hunt, but we'll at least know that they're there, which is a step up from what we already have.
and if we
We
know that
kidnapped
they're
him.
there,
What do you
we
mean?
might be able to turn them on Frankie somehow.
Excuse me, if I may be so bold. You did make a deal and acquire the binder, did you not?
We did.
Yep.
So you made
Technically,
a deal.
Technically, Frankie
did.
can't deliver on his end of the deal because we already have Emory back.
But he did deliver the binder. Which
Correct.
was what his deal was, based on Victor's notes.
That is
Yes.
correct.
Yeah.
So here's the question. Are you going to hold true to the deal that you made in order to acquire the item that you needed to receive this money? Or are you going to assume
I
its
think-
non-legal status?
I think it may cause us more problems with Frankie if we don't.
Yeah, I think we should pay.
I just need to know because I need to be aware if I need to fortify anything around here and ensure that the museum is safe.
I mean,
Well,
I
you
think
should
that might
always
be a
be
good idea
fortified.
anyway.
He showed up. We hid, man. Like,
So, with that information, we should vote now what we believe we need to do. My vote is we pay Frankie. Who else is on that side?
Second.
Pay him now, kill him later.
Mm-hmm.
I vote we pay him now. However, I do think perhaps we should short him just a little bit. Maybe 5K for the fact that he is unable to fully deliver on his end of the deal, considering you're
He
already
knows
here.
how much, though. That's the issue. Is he knows how much he's supposed to be getting, and he seems petty enough to retaliate.
If we
All
do
right,
that,
we
he
should,
will
we should pay him the
retaliate.
full amount.
Yes.
by the way,
Victor?
what happened,
Hmm?
Emory? What happened?
For those days that I was gone,
Yeah.
they wrapped me up in a specific bondage type outfit. Pretty much left me there as bare as they could get me. Tried to feed me, tried to choke down some pills down my throat. I was thankfully able to not get so drugged up. Tried tried to give me water. I held out for a few days, but then eventually I had to actually start eating. I didn't really get to see Frankie until, like, what was it, the 5th day?
Sixth.
6th day.
Yeah.
5th or 6th. It's all a blur, honestly. You know, Bobby and Teresa came in every now and then. The other one, too, very mousy girl, came in trying to get me to talk, trying to feed me, all this stuff. Conversation
Feed
with
you.
Frankie was
When you say feed you mean like regular food, right?
regular food, drinks. Sometimes it was pills.
But they didn't try to do anything else?
Well, Bobby, I think, tried to, punch me a couple of times, but other than that,
That's
not
not what I
really.
mean.
No, nothing else.
Okay.
Having the conversation with Frankie, he was very mutually wants us to stop, wants to have a connection, was very underhanded in the conversation, but clearly wanted to stop being hounded, wanted information. So I gave him some.
Like what?
All of it was information that he would have already have known. So none of
Okay.
it was divulging any of our secrets that he did not already have access to.
He has access to the amount of money we were paid.
No, that one I had to tell him. I did try to lie to him about that, but he caught on that I was lying about the amount.
Okay.
So I had to tell him. But after a while, after that conversation, he left. And then some of the others left to go get me some food, and I was able to break out.
Yeah. How did you manage that? You said they had you like
It's not an
bondaged up.
easy, let me tell you. I was still leaving the place with that outfit on. But after a bit, I was able to shake it off, walking back home.
How long did it take you to get to that precinct?
How long did it take? 5
5
hours? 5 to 6 hours.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, that was at least what I can recall from it.
Nick is not okay in Emory telling all of this, and he is just gonna go sit up against a wall, kind of cradle himself.
Well,
Ella's gonna
I'm
go very
very-
quiet.
I'm very proud of you, Miss Gaines.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Let us hope nothing of the sort in the future happens like that again. We'll make certain nothing like that happens again.
In all fairness, I was probably one of the better ones to have it done. Easier to hold out, things like that.
But honestly, if it were to happen to me in your situation, I'm likely would not be standing here. So,
Me too.
So, why are we paying him?
Seems to put 2 and 2 together at about this moment, and he goes, "That's why you hacked." What was the name of the individual you said? What were the names of the individuals?
Frankie DeLuca was the big boss boy who's the possible supernatural. Bobby, Teresa, what was it, Sarah?
Nick chimes
Sarah.
up from the wall.
Sarah. There was also 2 others that like were never seen. Ricky, I think it was, and then there was I can't remember what it was.
Teresa, I believe it was.
No, I already said Teresa. There was another guy that was like Ricky.
I think we might have seen him on the.
He was in the police report. There were two individuals on the police
Yeah.
report that we never saw.
Robert's face goes a little white. They were here weeks beforehand.
We know.
I caught. Do you have a photo of what Teresa looked like?
Do we? Can I provide that? Can someone?
With the footage.
I can give a description.
Yeah.
There was an Uber driver that I almost got into the car just before I left.
Yeah.
That's how she got Emory.
Yep.
She
Yeah, that's a
gave-
bullet. I think.
She gave me a weird message and said, "Safe flight. Hopefully, I have a home to come home to."
Yeah, she was lurking.
Right.
Just another one to add to the list.
Well, and he'll pick up the binder. And go, I believe you have some choices to make. I'm going to go and encrypt this. Thank you, Victor, for your note-keeping skills. It's much appreciated.
You can destroy it after that. Okay.
I of course, I'm going to go and encrypt this and for records, but make it a little bit safer. I need some time.
Yeah, of course. Glad you have your
Oh,
back.
We're glad you're
if
home.
you, if you want something else to encrypt, I have a file for you.
I'm not entirely sure I want to be touching any research that you have been doing currently.
Do you remember the finger bone?
Oh my God, William, what part of I don't want to touch any of the research you have been doing do you not comprehend?
Let the man go take his break away from all this.
Yeah.
As he goes to walk through, he stops and puts a hand on Emory's shoulder. Yes. Should you ever need to talk, my door is always open.
Thank you.
You did well. Sort of pats your shoulder and walks out glaring at William's excitement on his way. Just like... As he walks out, he closes the door behind him and heads off, assumedly, to his office. Victor, you never gave an answer as to whether or not you thought the money should be sent or not.
Yeah, he give a dark gaze when they all, have their hands and they never ask. So he was against. I mean, in this posture,
Nick chirps up. Believe everybody answered but you, Victor.
I started that, not to make the same fucking mistakes as maybe different hunters before me. I don't want anything to do with hemophagic entities. I don't want them any closer than, I don't know, fucking mile of me. I'm doing that for exterminating them because they are bloodsuckers and they can target all of us. Monster in disguise of a human. They fucking kidnapped Emily. They threatened our families multiple times. They threatened kids in front of us they choke one of us in plain sight?
And we have no other way to track him down unless we do this. This
I
is
mean,
our
we don't know.
only option.
It's been some time and some weeks that we actually didn't do anything about it.
We don't have an option anymore. We didn't have an option to begin with. I agree with you. We should have attempted to make a move faster. But we didn't. So here we are now, and we need to move forward now with what we have now. And this is our only option moving forward, unless we want to let him go. And I don't think you want to let him go. I know I don't.
Victor, the
Nick?
end game will always be to get rid of him.
If someone is dead before the end game, it makes no sense to actually say, "Oh, it's for a long game." Emory could die.
We don't
You
have a
don't
choice.
think I know that?
Nick, as he's up against the wall, takes out a piece of unpolished black tourmaline and starts rubbing it, slipping the other headphone into his ear. He's kind of tuning them out for a moment. And he is going to ask for guidance from his chosen deity. Because he's conflicted. Because he agrees with everything everyone has said about why we should make the choice that we should make. One way or the other, Nick is very much like, I understand where Victor comes from, and it hurt me to hear Emory say that, or recount what happened. But I also understand if we short Frankie or don't give him the money, and he comes back for us, we're all dead anyway. It's a damned if we do, damned if we don't, in his mind. And he is just, while they're talking, gonna spend the next few minutes contemplating and meditating.
Yeah.
You are not a one-man army, Victor Hollow. We cannot beat him alone. We cannot beat him now. We need time. We need resources. He is too well prepared and well defended for us to be able to do anything right now. So you need to remember where you came from in the military
any
and
actions
what you have to
against
do with
him.
diplomacy
It's just
before
words.
you can
It
act.
makes no thing at the end of the day.
It means nothing if we let him just continue. Because guess what happens if we don't give him the money?
He was playing the diplomacy just to lure somebody out, anyhow.
And guess what happens if we don't give him the money? We all die, and he can continue killing if he wants to.
We are not the fucking praise. I'm doing this job for exterminating this.
Then you go and kill him. You go try. You go be a rogue agent and go try on your own, because you're not going to get any support from me.
The facts here are the majority has said that we will be giving the money to Frankie.
Yeah. But
this does not mean that we're not planning on harming Frankie.
Don't expect me to be happy about it. I'm following orders, and that's it.
Understood. Understood.
You act like you're the first one in this group to have a dissenting opinion.
I mean, I was pretty, well, unable to do anything since the start of the Frankie situation.
You've done a lot.
No, actually, no, not really. I've been seen, and that's it.
No, you've done a lot, Victor. You really have. You've been our eye in the sky. You've been the person who we've had watching, and that has made much of a difference. While it may not have always been successful, you've been very useful. Don't ever say you've not been useful.
Hell, a lot of the times your skills are the only reason we're still here.
Thank you. Miss Gates.
Nick kind of comes back to his senses. And he's just going to kind of blankly address everybody with what he says. This was a battle in probably a long-standing war. And I would like to remind everyone here that just because we've lost a battle does not mean we are going to lose the war. And he just puts his rock away, puts it back in his shirt pocket, and just kind of lets everybody keeps talking because he's a little stressed at the moment.
I want to kill him as much as you do. I'd love to get him on a table and dissect him bit by bit and make certain that he's awake for all of it. But
That's one way to
I
do
would
it.
help you on that.
But we don't have that option now, do we?
I know. We need resources. We need allies. We need better preparation.
Giving
And we
him
might.
But I'm not convinced that giving him money is going to save us. And he could, you know what? The thing is, we are at a crossroad right now where we can be trying to play his game, but at the end of the day, if he wants to kill us, he will.
I
It's
trust.
true. However,
And-
as I pointed out before, Victor, whatever he wants us to do with the information he's given us, he's going to get more benefit out of that than double crossing us. It almost, sorry, William, it almost gives the impression, as he said, I believe, he's a little fish in a big pond. And I'm wondering if he almost thinks that we will take out those big fish for him. It wasn't a requirement. He just said he would give us the information. Victor, and remember, this is one small battle in a war that has been going on for centuries.
I know. It's just...
I admire about you, Victor, your passion for the
He
hunt.
did not save my dad, by the way.
Oh, honey. I get it. I do. I probably understand a lot more than y'all realize. But it's gonna do us no good if we don't give him the money and he comes full force like he's done before, because we're definitely not prepared for that. Sometimes the art of war is to know when to count your losses and recoup. We are not going to have time to recoup if we do not give him the money. He is very much going to keep his word and leave us alone, for a time anyway, so we can plan for round 2. Electric Boogaloo, and maybe actually kill the son of a bitch.
He seems to be a man of his word.
But
He
at the
didn't kill
same
Emory.
time, you don't seem really sure about Cece. And that's actually the only person who actually gave us work since a fucking long time.
I don't trust her as far as I could throw her.
We don't have to trust her. She's a fucking human.
It doesn't
Well-
matter. Humans are just as bad as monsters.
Yeah, sure. But she's not a bloodsucker.
She's the one who brought us this whole mess in the first place.
A job is a job.
Speaking of jobs, I might have an in for someone else to give us particularly different jobs.
Oh,
What do you mean?
I may have decided to contract with an organization.
Well, what is it?
which one?
Do we know them? Are they trustworthy?
From what I am aware of, and I have met with people of their stature before, they're fairly trustworthy. They deal a lot in weaponry marks and cover-ups and things like that.
That's good.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
we need more. When I don't want to sound like ungrateful. That's fucking awesome, you know. But the thing is, we actually need more manpower. At some point, allies who can give us tips and stuff like that, you know.
So I'm
And I
hoping
think-
that this will do, because the contact that I have is apparently within the...
You cut out, Nabs. What was the last part of that?
The contact that I have is someone that I've met before.
Oh, in the police?
Victor is
Mhm.
going to squint his eyes towards Emory. Before what?
No, just as in I've met them before.
Oh, you sure? Okay.
Can you tell us who?
I don't know if that's particularly the safest thing at this time. But as I learn about them more and more, we can certainly discuss having them be our main contractor.
You're filling me with enthusiasm and hope, Emory.
Well, if
Well,
we
it's
can-
not Dr. Kruger, and it's not Frankie.
It's almost like we've reached the bottom of Pandora's box, you guys. Because remember, at the bottom of her box was hope.
there is hope.
And
Deep down there.
Deb did say we can still call in on that favor. Even though
but-
I called her already.
By the way, William, I wanted to ask, did you FBI and watch list and stuff? It's going how for us? Like,
You all are fine. You're not on the watch list. I'm on the
We-
watch list.
yeah, but
How is
we
everything
are
going
not-
with you?
No, yeah, that's concerning, right? The Arcanum is going to help you in any way, or I don't know. Can you make amends to people?
They've
FBI?
already started helping me. I'm working on it.
Okay.
Please, all of you, keep your heads down. Probably be best if you weren't seen super close to me over the next days, at least until my little event where you're working security. But there's already an established link between me and you working security for events and areas where I'm at, so it only makes sense that I would hire you out for a party that I'm running. So,
Real quick, figured out who was on the beach about a couple of months ago.
Oh,
Yeah, I met her at an animal shelter. I'm looking for a pet corvid. And I'm gonna volunteer there 3 days a week. So her name's Jennifer.
okay.
Oh, that's a nice name.
Okay.
Still, I'm gonna keep an eye on her because that was a little weird that she stood almost purposefully outside my thing. So
Yeah.
I didn't know you were a bird person.
he points to one of the tattoos. My patron's animal symbol is a raven. That's why I have raven symbols tattooed all over me.
that's why he's always ranting and raving.
Oh my god, William!
On
William,
note,
that sounds more like you.
On that note, with the decision to, I believe, pay Frankie, and with a lot of new things brought to light, we're going to leave the cell there for the evening. Still more conversations to be had, relationships to foster. Maybe a few conversations with sisters' boyfriends. Maybe a few federal agents. Party planning. But as you guys continue your conversation in the cell, across town, in a familiar warehouse, one Frankie DeLuca looks around at the now empty warehouse. Almost appearing to be reminiscing. As he looks down at the ground to a body. Unmoving, seemingly drained of life. So as he looks down and looks at her and goes, "It's a pity. You could have been so much more. But you had to go and make a friend, didn't you?" As he scatters a handful of crystals on what appears to be the body and kicks the bottom of her foot before he walks away and pulls the garage door down. We'll see, I suppose, in the future, just how that might impact. Good night, everybody. Keep your eyes on the ground. You never know what you might see next.
This has been a St. Petersburg by Night production. What the Hell Is That is produced in agreement with the World of Darkness and Dark Pack. The storyteller for What the Hell Is That is Cole. Tonight's characters were voiced by Nabbers, Sam, John, Chandler, and Nexus. Visit our website at stpetbynight.com for more information about all of our productions and how you can become a part of our community. Thank you for listening. Until next time, fangs, stakes, and claws out.